of our Instagram friends to join us. Giving advice, guys. Again, as with everything that we've been dealing with, functional language. Hello, Anna. To watch movies in English. Have you tried watching movies in English? If I were you, you'd better. How about, so Grey's Anatomy, Ishmael, you are my spirit student, buddy. I ways that I'm pretty sure you have come across giving advice. However, like I said, there are many, many different ways that we can give advice today. And no, Ishmael, not may. May. We use good, must and should, and a few others, but today we are focusing on must and should. All right. Try and identify the pattern between in these two sentences. All right. So the first one, you really should read every day. You really should read every day. Example number 2. We must be respectful. What comes after the modal verb? Okay, you got it? Got it, got it, got it? Yes, it's the verb, Ishmael, but it has to be in the infinitive form. All right? No to. Modal verb must and should, for giving advice, they do not take to, just the infinitive. Got it? Right. So, like I promised you, before I continue, which one of the two is a stronger form of advice? So both of them are advice, right? You should read every day. You must respect your elders. But which one is stronger? Anyone? Should or must? Anybody? Yes, Daisy. Yes, Booty. Yes, Ishmael. Excellent. Must. Anna Costa. Yeah, very cool. Must. Must is the stronger of the two. All right. Excellent. As I promised, I said I would be talking about 4 because of the patterns. So the next 2 I'm going to be talking about are not modal verbs, but they are phrases. They are expressions that we use. Expressions. They are phrases and words that we use as words that we use to give advice. So I'd like you to listen to this example. I reckon it's a good idea to listen to music when you study. I reckon it's a good idea to listen to music when we study. This one's sneaky though, hey? I was a little bit sneaky. So let me break it down. I reckon is actually a phrase that we use to give a good idea. The phrase that we want to use to give advice. To listen to music when you study. I reckon it's a good idea to listen to music when you study. Hello, Elise. Hi, Carol. So I've combined my opinion and I've given you some advice. And it's kind of personal because that's something that I do. I reckon it's a good idea to listen to music when you study. Negative, it's a really bad idea to be rude to your teacher. It's a really bad idea to be rude to your teacher. You don't want none of that. All right. So now that you know that you've got these 2 expressions, it's a good idea and it's a bad idea that you can use to give advice, let's look at the pattern, right? Listen carefully. What comes after the phrase, it's a good idea and it's a bad idea? I reckon it's a good idea to listen to music when we study. I reckon it's a good idea to listen to music when we study. The second example, It's a really bad idea to be rude to your teacher. It's a really bad idea to be rude to your teacher. What, buddy? So remember, with should and with must, there was no to. It's followed by the infinitive form of the verb. What about now? It's a good idea to listen to music. It's a really bad idea to be rude. It is followed, the phrase is followed by to plus the infinitive. To listen, to be rude, to listen. So this is a very, very distinct pattern that you can hang on to, guys. You can hang on to it. It's easy to remember. All right? It's a really bad idea to be rude to your teacher. It's a really good idea to listen to music when you study. Get it? Thumbs up if you got it. Thumbs up if you got it. Woo. Show me your thumbs up. Okay, and okay, I know that I said, thanks, Daisy. I know that I said 4, but the last one, good idea, bad idea, was technically 3. That was 1. Okay, I just added the negative. So the last one is also a phrase, a word in this particular case, that is really underestimated, guys. Yet easy. Now we've should and must for giving advice, and we do not put to with it. It is followed by the infinitive verb. Then you've got it's a good idea and it's a bad idea, followed by to plus the infinitive. And lastly, avoid. Avoid. Why don't you try to avoid eating fast food? Why don't you try to avoid eating fast food? So this one here is also kind of sneaky and delicious. There are 2 expressions to give advice. Why don't you and avoid? Why don't you try to avoid eating fast food? So what follows avoid? Listen carefully. Why don't you try to avoid eating fast food? Anyone? What follows to avoid? So, one more time. Why don't you try to avoid eating fast food? Nope, Daisy. To avoid eating, verb plus ing. Why don't you try to avoid eating fast food? To avoid is followed by the verb plus gerund, ing. Thank you, Elise. So there you've got it, guys. You've got 4 chunks of you can use to give advice. So what you need to do is you need to go out there, respectfully offer your advice when the opportunity arises. And the moment you feel that you're going to have an opportunity to give advice either to a friend or to a classmate or even to yourself, use that language. Say it to yourself. Why don't I have sushi for dinner tonight? Nomsy noms. Give it a go, guys. Now, I keep saying it, guys. With functional language, there is so much that's out there that you can use. But let's reel it in a little bit and take bite-sized chunks out of the functional language. Once you have started using these more confidently, then you can move on to the next. And you can start building your repertoire of language for giving advice. Very soon, there will be a recorded video lesson on giving advice amongst many others, and you'll be able to access those too. All right. So, yes, Abdullah, I love sushi. So, when we go back to school, buddy, sushi time. With that, guys, thank you very much for time with you. I see that I've got some regular viewers, Daisy and Abudi, Abdullah, Anna, Jacqueline. Thank you very much for being with me this afternoon. Tomorrow, I'm going to be dealing with more functional language, so please join me at 5 p.m. As always, just a reminder to all of you out there, English 1 is online. So if you're interested in any of these, please drop us a line. Our information will be on the description box in the YouTube channel. So please go to the YouTube channel and subscribe to that. You have access to all the videos that we have done at English 1, and they're complimentary. So please do go and enjoy. See you tomorrow, students.